Yo, what's going on, guys? And today we are back here with my playoff predictions. And yes, we're talking about the Golden State Warriors versus the Sacramento Kings, the third in the West versus the sixth in the West. I want to hear your thoughts before we start today's video. I'm not a fan of either team, but I am a fan of the NBA, and I've loved the Sacramento Kings. And it's awesome that Mike Brown faces his old team. So before we start today's video, what I want to tell you guys is I'm going to spend the video talking about both teams, and then at the end I'll give my opinion on who I think will win and why, and I'll also say how the other team that I expect to lose could still win this, because at the end of the day either team can win this. It's the NBA. So let's get right into it, and let's talk Sacramento. They're the best offense, historic offense, one of, if not, probably one of the greatest offenses of all time. Domantas Sabonis is so strong, and he's going to give the Golden State Warriors trouble. The Golden State Warriors, as much as I love Kevon Looney and Draymond Green, they physically do not match up to Domantas Sabonis. Physically, they do not match up to the strength. They have no one strong enough. If they still had Andrew Bogut, maybe, but that was like 10 years ago. And there is no one strong enough to match up with Sabonis. So for the Kings, it's feed Sabonis, live through Sabonis, the guy who leads the team in assists and rebounds. All right. This is a team that is also one of the top free throw attempting teams in the league, one of the top 3-point attempting teams in the league. And they make, they're fourth in the league in field goals made. All right. So I know their defensive rating's 25th. And I fully expect, with this team, the way that I think it's probably going to go with the lineups and stuff, I know we saw to close out the year a bit of Kessler, but I think we're going to shore up the lineup, and Kevin Huerter, Murray, Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis, that's the usual, and then of course Malik Monk, Davion Mitchell, and Trey Lyles. I don't expect to see much else. Maybe if they have to throw in some Alex Lynn, if they want to go big, or Rashawn Holmes. But for me, they don't need anyone. They're going to go with that 8-man rotation. And I think that's more than enough for them, because what they'll do is, to Sabonis, if he ever needs a breather, they'll probably throw in one of the men. They have Chemsy Metu, Rashawn Holmes, Alex Lynn. They can put those guys in. And that's break the glass. Really, if Sabonis gets tired, you throw in Trey Lyles, and then you go space 5. And I think that's Warriors can match up to the space 5 lineups. And they only run that for about like 14 minutes a night. That's really when, in these like 4-minute, 3-minute intervals, whenever Sabonis sits. And I'm not worried about it. Trey Lyles has been fantastic this year. Davion Mitchell's also a dog on defense. And Malik Monk's a legit microwave off the bench. So for them, what they're gonna have to do is pound the inside and just beat the Warriors with their size and their strength, and being the bigger, more physical team, and just play their game, dribble handoffs, okay, keep the ball moving, hit them and hang. And I think these, just keep running the concepts that Mike Brown's ran all season. It just feed Sabonis. Sabonis will be key for the Kings to beat the Warriors. Now, how can the Warriors beat the Kings? The Warriors, we don't know if Andrew Wiggins is going to start. If it's Andrew Wiggins starting, we assume Curry, Thompson, Wiggins, Green, and Kevon Looney. But if Wiggins is off the bench, I assume they'll either go DiVincenzo or Kuminga. I know near the end of the year they were running the Kuminga, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, I think it was Jordan Poole in the starting lineup, or Dante DiVincenzo, something along those lines. But those guys are going to be really the guys there. It's really going to be Gary Payton II. And first off, the 5 guys are going to be integral, the usual 5 or 6. Jordan Poole, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. All right, those, and Kevon Looney. Those are your 6 main guys. Then you sprinkle in some Dante DiVincenzo, Gary Payton II, Jonathan Kuminga, JaMychal Green, and Andre Iguodala. All those guys will be used differently and depending on the situation. For me, I think this is definitely a very, very, very winnable series for the Warriors if they can keep up with Sabonis, stopping him from being so physical in the paint, and stick with their game that we know that the Warriors can play. I think it just goes back to the Warriors need to stick to who they are. We know who they are. We know that they can win games. That is keeping the ball moving, 3-point shooting, bring Sabonis out and try to expose him with different mismatches by switching him on to somebody. That's going to be what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to continue the mismatch, hunt the mismatches. And I think it's definitely feasible for them to win. I don't think it's outside of the realm to believe that this is feasible. And that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts, all right, about the Golden State Warrior. If you got the Golden State Warriors, if you guys agree with me that this is a team that will benefit tremendously, not only getting Wiggins back and all the other guys, but just having a guy, different types of guys, from Anthony Lamb to DiVincenzo to JaMychal Green, Andre Iguodala, and Gary Payton II, who will help alleviate any defensive concerns if Klay Thompson somehow gets cooked, or if they need someone to help out Steph Curry. I think it's good to know that they have this plethora of talent around them, and I think that's good. Okay, that's something that we hadn't seen all year, it felt like, and I'm very fortunate that we were able to see that everyone get healthy or return in time for the postseason. For me, I think that's just huge, and it's going to help this team exponentially on whatever run they may go on. For me, now that we wrap this video up, I think I'm gonna have to go. I want to go Sacramento. I really want to go Sacramento. In my head, I think Sacramento in 6 games. Truly, I think Sabonis is too much for the Golden State Warriors, and I personally just think he's just too big. He's too strong. He's just a body, and I don't think the Warriors are going to have something to stop him. And then you factor in our man De'Aaron Fox, who's been an absolute dynamo this season. Especially in the fourth quarter, I say in 7 games, the Kings, I could see the Warriors win this one. I'm going Kings to win this, but it's a coin flip. I think this series is a coin flip. I think it's going to go down to 7 games, but just like, was it Klay Thompson or Draymond Green who says, I can't believe, they said, where I don't think anyone can beat the Warriors if healthy in the 7-game series, is what they were saying. And I agree with that sentiment, but the Kings are so good. So I think that the Kings are going to take them to 7 games, and Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox are going to be too much. That's my honest opinion. I want to hear your thoughts down below in the comment section if you guys are in agreement with me, or if I'm just some poor schmuck who thinks that that's possible. Let me know down below. I am going to head out now. Love every single one of you, but peace out, 8-Town style. We're on the way to 20,000. Bye.